Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shalom. If you're new, I do videos on pop culture, artists, review music, all that good stuff. And if you're returning, hi guys, how you doing? Share everyone around and how we do it around here. Okay, I had to discuss this topic because the other day I was just minding my business, scrolling on X, and I see that Chart Data posted Billboard's greatest pop star of the 21st century countdown so far. And I feel like this list is just a bunch of crap because I feel like for the last 5 to 10 years they've been trying to curate the best pop star, and I know that this list is a bunch of crap because I saw flipping Jay-Z in the list. Obviously Jay-Z isn't a pop star, so I'm curious to know what is Billboard's definition of a pop star, because you've got Jay-Z in there, you've got Eminem, you've got Usher, you've got Lil Wayne, and you've got One Direction. So I don't know who's running this at Billboard, but you know, One Direction, that's a band. There's multiple people, and it said pop star. If it said pop stars, then I'll be like, okay, but that's okay. Anyways, child, what I'm here to discuss is who has the better music. Is it Rihanna or is it Beyonce? Because it says number 1 question mark, number 2 question mark, number 3 Rihanna, Drake, Lady Gaga, so on and so on and so on. And I'm like, where is Beyonce? Right? Like, where is Beyonce? And someone on Twitter, this is all on Twitter, this is why I had to do a video about this. Someone said underneath, Beyonce should be number 1, but it'll be Taylor. And then someone else replied to that, in what world Beyonce is above Rihanna? Rihanna has more and better stable number 1 hits, had bigger albums than has been what? And also Anti's charting above Cowboy Carter. And then someone else under that said Taylor Swift number 1. Someone said saving the top 2 spots for Future and Young Thug. That's weird because they're rappers. Someone else said Taylor for number 1. And then someone else said, so Drake is a pop star, laughing face, laughing face. And that's what I want to discuss. The person is saying that Rihanna is better than Beyonce, basically, because she has number 1 hits. But for artists, are we gonna basically use their accolades and, like, you know, their achievements to justify them being a good artist? Because there's so many artists where they have so many number 1s, they have billions of streams than other artists, but I wouldn't say they're better artists. BBL Drizzy, he has this same amount of number 1s as MJ, but I wouldn't say that he does better music than MJ or is more talented than MJ. So that's the kind of thing. Same thing with Tay Tay. She probably has more number 1s than Ariana Grande, but I wouldn't say she does better music than Ariana. So that's the kind of thing. I think using someone's achievement and accolades to justify them as an art, like a better artist, is like a slippery slope. And I'm just gonna say this from an unbiased point, unbiased view. I literally have been thinking and wondering who does better music. Is it Riri or Beyonce? And I've asked a couple people, and immediately they said Rihanna. Like, literally in 0.2 seconds they said Rihanna. So I'm just like, damn, okay, like, chill, like, okay. Back to the tweet. So when Leo falls in love, he's the one that says Rihanna is the better artist than Beyonce. And then he or she, I don't know who they are, come back again and they say it's called Billboard 21st Greatest Pop Stars, not Twitter Vibes Pop Stars. Rihanna had more number 1s than Beyonce ever had. Out of both of them, Rihanna has the longest charting album. Rihanna clears that message with ease. And then someone replied to that person and said, Rihanna can't write, perform, and even sing. And then the person replied saying, can Beyonce write? Question mark, question mark. Rihanna is far better performer and singer than Beyonce, and it's a fact known by everybody. And they've screenshotted the credits for Beyonce's music, and it's like everyone but Beyonce. There's like 20,000 writers. Who is actually better? And I did a poll on my community tab to say who is better. I gave you 3 choices. I said Rihanna, Beyonce, and then I said, I don't know, I can't choose, just to give you like a third option if you really can't choose. And everyone said Rihanna. Like, it was a landslide win for Rihanna. 56% said Riri, 20% said Beyonce, and then 23% said, I don't know, I can't pick. And in the comments, it's very heavy. People were kind of like Riri, and then, you know, it's a bit heavy on the Rihanna side. So I don't know if this Beyonce kind of thing is like the Beyonce hate train and the Jay-Z stuff is happening, obviously, like the Diddy stuff. So I don't know if that's influenced people to say Rihanna, because I am convinced if I asked you the same question probably 10 years ago, I think this poll would have been Beyonce. Or if I asked you the same question 10, 15 years ago, I think the answer to my poll that I put on my community tab, the answers I've gotten from a lot of people that I've just openly asked, it would have been a lot different. So I don't know if it's like the whole Illuminati, Diddy, Jay-Z thing which is shifting people. But if I'm just gonna say for music overall, because I think to say that Beyonce isn't as talented as Rihanna or something, I think that's just ludicrous. That is, you are just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, okay? You are just speaking out your bum, alright? But obviously, talent doesn't really matter anymore, like I've spoken about on my channel so many times. You know, vocal talent, vocal versatility, it does not matter anymore. Actually, vocal talent and versatility is actually frowned upon because people are just so not used to it that they're like, oh my gosh, vocal talent and stuff doesn't really matter anymore. That's why you have people saying that flipping Tay-Tay is a better artist than MJ, or you have people saying Taylor Swift is a better artist than Beyonce, which I think is ludicrous, but that just shows how talent or vocal versatility doesn't really matter anymore. So I think that's why kind of people just like Rihanna a little bit more, because they're just like, oh, her songs are lighthearted, they're fun, they're free, they're not really like vocally like too complex or too heavy. Like anyone can sing a Rihanna song. Like it doesn't take, you know, a lot of effort. Even if you're tone deaf, you could probably sing a Rihanna song like work, 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 work. Like give me my Grammy. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really take a lot of effort. And in my opinion, I think when it comes to Riri and Beyonce, I think Rihanna kind of stopped doing music at the perfect time. I know, you know, a lot of people want Rihanna to release more music, but personally for me, I think that Anti was the perfect album to stop doing music. I think if she does another album, then she's going to ruin her legacy. And I don't want it to be the thing where she comes out with another album and it's just terrible, it's trash, it's horrible, it doesn't go anywhere, and everyone's just comparing it to Anti, I don't know how you say it, Anti. I really don't want that for Rihanna. So for me, I would rather that she just retires from music and she just says that, carries on with her makeup and whatever she does and calls it a day, because I think she stopped doing music just at the perfect time, guys. Whereas I think with Beyonce, obviously she's releasing music, but her later albums have just not done it for me. Her latest albums, you know, Renaissance, Cowboy Carter, it's kind of like Beyonce is not listening to her fan base, or she's not listening to what people want. Like, do you really think that your fan base wanted a flipping country album? Do you think your fan base, who is majority of them are probably people of color who are black, do you think that they want a country album? Do you think they want to hear flipping Dolly Parton? Although it did considerably well, like no one really wants to hear that. Everyone kind of just wants your Lemonade era back, to be honest. I will literally be on this hill till it runs out. Beyonce has not released a good album since Lemonade, and I will continue to say that. A lot of people normally say like normally people were really shocked when I say I don't really like Beyonce's like latest music like that. I haven't listened to her like that, because people automatically expect me to love Beyonce and to like, you know, to be a Beehive stan or whatever, because I'm a black woman. So people automatically think, you know, I'm part of them, but I'm not. So when I say that, people normally shock like, oh my gosh, how could you say that? But that is the truth. Okay, they haven't been doing it for me. It just ain't it. And I think even with like the promotion and stuff like that, I think Beyonce is the only person who can get away with not releasing visualizers, or not doing any music videos, with not doing any interviews, like doing the absolute bare minimum. And she's the only one that can get away with that. As I was saying before, with Rihanna retiring kind of at the perfect time, I think Beyonce really needs to consider that, because I don't want her to keep on releasing music and keep on releasing albums that are just lackluster and just like okay, like maybe okay, subpar at best, and people kind of get a bit tired and a bit bored of her, and people are actually begging her to retire. I think she should do what Rihanna does, kind of consider just like retiring or stopping music. It's not like she's broke or anything, like she has the money to just stop music, right? But if that's something she wants to do, she can go ahead. But I really, for Beyonce, I think what she should do, she should stop music or retire at a point and kind of make people miss her and want her, kind of like Rihanna did. Like she retired at the right point, to the point where people miss her and they want more music. Whereas now Beyonce, because she's doing such lackluster albums and the music isn't really hitting, people are just kind of like, you know, so when you're gonna give it up? Like, when's the time? Like, it's kind of just like people are just, you know, they're just there. But I kind of feel like on Twitter and X, because of the whole like Diddy stuff and all of that, people are saying, oh, she's involved, whatever. A lot of people are starting to kind of disrespect Beyonce's music career. They're acting like she didn't influence an entire generation of artists. Like, let's stop playing. Like, I think people are very delulu when I've kind of seen this a lot. I've been peeping it, especially on TikTok, where people are kind of turning on Beyonce all of a sudden, and they're like, you know, her music is not good, like her music is so bad, like she's not talented. It's like weren't you the one who was streaming her albums in the past? Like, weren't you the one? Like I might not like some of her recent albums now, but I'm not stupid and I'm not delulu enough to be like she has no talent and her music absolutely sucks, because that's not the case. Maybe her latest albums do suck, but for me to say like, oh, Beyonce has no talent, or this and this person is more talented and have better music, I think that's like a bit of a stretch. Like, people are starting to kind of bring on this hate train, and it's like a bit stupid. Like, people acting like she didn't have one of the best debuts in like music of all time. Like, are you forgetting? Because should I remind you? I'm just looking at Beyonce's earlier discography and I'm like, damn, okay, like she really did that. We need that music back again. None of this Cowboy Carter crap. We need this Dangerously in Love. We need this Sasha Fierce stuff back. Okay, should I remind you, on one album, the songs that she released on one album, bro? Okay, on Dangerously in Love, her album, she had Crazy in Love with Jay-Z. She had Naughty Girl, okay, Me, Myself and I, Dangerously in Love, Work It Out, '03 Bonnie and Clyde. Like, I think you guys are really delusional, and those are all released on one album. Like, it wasn't like different albums. And then on B-Day, she had Deja Vu featuring Jay-Z. She had Sugar Mama with obviously her song Upgrade You, Jay-Z, Irreplaceable, okay, like, which one? And then she had Listen from the Dream. I don't think that counts though. But do you know what I mean? Like, the songs that she had on these albums, I think her earlier work is something that you just can't deny, where they're just so good. And I'm like, where did we go wrong, Beyonce? Because it took a while for the general public to actually warm up to Rihanna and to actually recognize her. It took the general public a really bloody long time. It took them until flipping Umbrella to realize that, you know, she's actually a star and she is who she is and she should be where she is, right? But, you know, Beyonce came swinging out the gate with her debut. She was like, no one's gonna play with me. And I just think it's so delusional how people are trying to like say that she's not talented. Like, please guys, stop. Okay, that's when I have to log out. I think Rihanna's later music is great, but then I'm like, Beyonce's early music is something you just cannot deny. You cannot, like, you just can't put past. So when people gonna ask them who does better music, Rihanna or Beyonce, and people just say Rihanna, I'm like, okay, because normally when people give me the answer of Rihanna, they only really think of Anti, okay? They only kind of think of that album and they're like, oh, you know, Rihanna. But then when with Beyonce, I just kind of have to consider like the entire discography. But if her discography from her debut to Lemonade, I don't know, Rihanna. I don't know about that one. But, you know, Rihanna, I love you too, girl. But I don't know. And this is just me being unbiased. I'm looking at it from an open perspective. Whereas for me, I can't say the same with Rihanna. When it comes to early music, I'm just like, okay, Upon the Replay, all right, like SOS, obviously. But it kind of, you know, I think Good Girl Gone Bad, and then after that is like, okay, well, I can consider. But, you know, when it comes to Rihanna's earlier work, I don't think it's even touching Beyonce, if I'm going to be honest. So that's just what I've got to say. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, because I've been chatting for a flipping long time. Let me know, do you think the person on Twitter is right for kind of using Rihanna's like achievements to justify her being a better artist than Beyonce, or do you not agree? Like, let me know in the comments, because I'm actually like so torn. Like, I can't just say like one or the other. I have to like really look at it. And I've kind of been thinking about it for a long time. Like, actually, like, who does a better music? I can't. Okay, I can't just say one or the other. I can't. They do both. They both do great music, but I can't just say Beyonce or Rihanna. I generally can't. Like, comment, share, subscribe, because it helps me out with the algorithm. And I'm out, guys.